What's up, everyone? Good evening, and welcome to another episode of the Alpha Show. Is Wall Street trading some meme coins? Could they be? I don't know. I did a lot of research today. I'm looking into it. We're going to figure it out. We're going to have a great episode tonight. We're talking about meme coins, and we got some other things that we're cooking behind the scenes here. So let's have a great episode too. All right into it. Before we get to is Wall Street trading some meme coins, I just wanted to take a second and look back at Dogwifhat. We talked about it last night. The alt rank was absolutely flatlining, getting down towards number one. Like we mentioned last night, that's where you want to be. You want to be low on that chart there. And looking at last night, we've had a pretty big move here in the day, up 25%. So all you Dogwifhats out there, well done with the community. And some fun stuff that I saw today is, the community has started a crowdfund to get Dogwifhat on the Sphere in Las Vegas, and I found their site here. It's literally just like on a Vercel.app site here, and they've raised almost $700,000, which I think that's what you need for a little bit of a share on the Sphere, I guess. So that kudos to this team here figuring this out. The like I said, the community is running pretty strong here. The interactions are running pretty strong here. We had a nice bump up yesterday, a couple 100,000. So, the meme coins are still pushing. Some of the meme coins are still pushing, I should say, forward. So pretty impressed with Dogwifhat and the community that's going off here. So, hopefully you all potentially took that tip and you got into some Dogwifhat. Again, not financial advice over here. We're looking at the data. We're looking at the number of interactions for all of these cash tags and hashtags on social media. We're looking across things like X and TikTok and Reddit and YouTube and all the news out there. And we're trying to decipher whether or not the community is really pushing on something or whether it's pulling back. And so as we're kind of looking through the number of interactions, the number of posts, the number of creators, what is the sentiment on that? We're trying to get a good idea for what's going on. So Dogwifhat, looking at it again, 500 creators, 2 million interactions. They're pushing pretty hard over there. So well done, Dogwifhat. And I don't know, maybe you guys will get in there and give them some USDC. So we'll see what happens. So just a little transition here. Looking at the overall market and looking at which categories are ranking. Cryptocurrencies as a whole is usually kind of sitting in this 9 to 13 range as far as all the other topics that people are talking about on social media. And so, we're still not seeing the retail fever pitch out there that we, probably saw in the last bull cycle. Like we were seeing, cryptocurrency, we were seeing Bitcoin, we were seeing NFTs really pushing. I mean, NFTs, you got to get down to number 19 right now to be on this list. And so, it's just, want you to think about the market from a, retail is still not there yet. I think that's why we're seeing a lot of these meme coins being traded out there. So, I could see everyone's, I'm going to look a little bit into the comments tonight too. This will be fun. We'll do some crowd work, but, next one that we're looking at, so the DMs are flying, right? That's kind of what happens in the industry. If you're an operator in the industry, in cryptocurrency, you've got Telegram, you've got Signal, we've got all these things. And so someone had started to mention, and I see it mentioned in the chat here, Hemule. And then someone's mentioning, hey, Hemule, and then they mentioned another token, another meme coin. That's all. It's Wall Street. It's the insiders. And so, taking a little bit of a look into that, we literally just added Hemule to Lunar Crush here. And so we're getting some backfill going on. And, it's got a lot of posts. The posts are moving up on Hemule. And if you guys don't know, Hemule it's Vitalik's cat, right? So that's where we're at. And, the website is done pretty well. right? Like, we've got a little, parallax effect happening with the cat here. He's the cherished cat of Vitalik Buterin. He's charismatic and endearing feline companion that brings a sense of warmth to the Buterin household and to blockchain. So, I would say design pretty solid, a little bit of fun. And, is this a product of Wall Street? I don't know. We're gonna dig even deeper into it. But a couple of things that I did notice, just looking at CoinGecko here, we don't have a market cap coming through yet. Max supply of a billion. We're looking at the markets, and one thing that I did notice here is that there is a decent amount of depth on Uniswap, on V3 and on V2. And so like that, like 50,000 plus or minus on the depth here is pretty solid, right? That means that there's a decent amount of liquidity that's happening over there, so people can kind of trade this thing. And then looking a little bit more into, obviously you've got Uniswap V2, that's where most liquidity is. And then I was looking at a couple of the big holders that are out there as well. We got Rookie XBT, went back and checked a lot of their tweets, and not a lot of actual mentions of Hemule, but a lot of the community is responding. And it might be because they know that he's a big holder. And then also we got Whale FUD in there. So, nothing glaring that I'm seeing. I even went and checked the domain. And you can redact a lot of this stuff, but they did leave the mailing address open as Reykjavik. So not sure, obviously it's not, Wall Street. Maybe they're probably smart enough to know to redact that, or to maybe have a different mailing address, but be tough to put in a different mailing address there. But maybe they did kind of pull that off. And so, we've got a lot of different creators that are in there talking about Hemule. Crypto banter. I think Rand was on this one pretty early, but we're trying to figure out, does this still have some legs here, right? Are these folks, we've got how many followers are pumping through here? Whale FUD 411,000, Rand's got 316. So a lot of people still talking about this. These are the people that I've talked about in the last 24 hours. How many posts do they have? Whale FUD really out there pumping this thing with 14 posts. Everyone else kind of dabbling a little bit. Lion calls 12 posts. So, we've got a decent community out there for this thing. When you really stretch this out and you're looking at the 3-month, this is a tough call here, you guys. Up 14,000%. Does it still have legs there? Things can continue to run, but a lot of that's actually come the last week or so. So in the research, lot of community, a lot of things happening, a lot of smart people. It seems like, at least we'll call smart people in the crypto Twitter sphere, marketers that are out there. So that, we don't know if it's a buy call right now, only because it's up 13,000%. But that doesn't mean that, we're not going to see a little bit more there. So that was the first one. Next one, looking into, we've got Byte, and Byte, we have a little bit more time to pull some of the data on this one. Here's 3 months looking at the number of interactions over time on Byte. Some big spikes in here, so it looks like they can get to some big community that's out there. Looking at the alt rank over the 1 week here, we're not seeing it eclipse into that top 10. And then we are seeing a little bit of a pullback here in the last day as far as price goes, but doesn't necessarily mean that we're not going to see some stuff moving out. So, pretty interesting. People are talking about this. It even did, make it onto CNBC. This is you guys won't be able to hear this one, but this is Stephen Weiss on Halftime Report saying, everything's going up, like even Byte the dog's going up 400%. So it did get, people are saying, like, is this a plant? Like, did they have him say this? And, I watched Halftime Report. I'm actually, I'm a squawk on the street guy, so I watched a little bit earlier in the morning, but I don't think Stephen Weiss is a plant for Byte. So, who knows though? There's some coordination that's going on there. There's, looking at this, 1 month chart here, we have seen a lot of push up. Like the thing that's really interesting here that you do got to keep your eye on is the volumes are increasing incredibly on some of these meme coins, right? And so we're looking at a couple 100,000 traded. up until the millions traded, and you're going to start to get some bid on that. So if it is Wall Street, if it is TradFi, obviously that they've got the bid going and they have the ability to do that. But again, we've got a low here up 17,000% already. But that being said, doesn't mean it's not going to go another 100%. That's kind of the world we live in crypto. You tell, any of your friends that do work on Wall Street about something like 17,000%, they're going to tell you to sell. But we live with that volatility here on in crypto, and that's kind of what we're doing. So, those are the two. In the DMs, it's a rumor mill. It's just a rumor, but that was what they said. TradFi, Wall Street, Trading, Byte, and Hemule. They picked two very interesting communities to start with. We are going to do a Twitter space with the Byte team at some point. Might even be tomorrow on Lunar Crush, and so we'll really try to get in there and pull out the secrets of what's going on. Another one that I did want to take a look at today, Welsh Corgi Coin. Not sure if you guys have been following any of the BRC20s or any of the tokens over on Stacks, but Welsh Corgi Coin is a meme coin over in that community, in the Bitcoin community. And like this community just keeps growing, right? And, looking out here at this 1 week, it's just, these, sometimes there's not a ton of signal, but the community is growing. And that's what I really actually like to see sometimes is, you really kind of dive into the actual community that's out there and who are some of the people that are talking about it. What does the sentiment look like? There's a lot of neutral, some positive, a lot of stuff happening on X. We've got some sentiment on YouTube as well. So the positive sentiment on X specifically, 88% positive. Some low creator count here. 100 posts, 18,000 interactions. Sometimes this is some of the stuff we like to see. We do like to see a little bit of uncertainty in the market on some of these things, but still having a decent amount. It's pretty low trading volume, but 82 million in market cap. So it's definitely a low market cap. It's harder for, I think, people to get their money over to that side of the market, right? In the BRC20s. And I think some of these things are traded on Alex. A lot are also just only traded on centralized exchanges. And so kind of depending on where you're at, you can't get access to it. But I think there's, I think there's going to be a little bit of a run going forward in some of these coins. And this was one that definitely stuck out to me as something that was, the community's rolling. It's number 584 here on CoinGecko. So it's moved into that top 1,000. It's had some pretty solid moves up. And maybe we're taking a break here, right? Maybe we're in some sort of accumulation phase is what I'm thinking. The meme token and the meme coin, bonanza it's not over yet, right? Like, I think we've got a little bit of time before this halving. We've got definitely some time before the Ethereum spot ETF is going to be approved. It's probably going to get rejected a bunch. It's a lot tougher of an approval happening over there. Look at the Denkun update that just went live on Ethereum, right? There was a centralized force that kind of created some change. I don't think that the SEC is going to like something like that as much. Could be wrong, but at some point I am bullish on the approval. I think, but we've got some time here, and I think we're going to still see people looking around, figuring out which meme coins are going to be trading while all of this is going on. So lot to look at in the market, a lot of things happening. I think the ecosystem shift is happening a little bit where some of these meme coins you're going to see them built on Bitcoin. We're going to see them built on Toncoin. Some of these things that we did not see in the previous cycles. Solana is still pushing that ecosystem forward too. So lot of stuff happening. Really, really exciting. I'm looking forward to, some of these meme coins taking some of these big runs, and, I think tomorrow we'll see where it goes. But what I'm really looking for, kind of going back here, is are we going to cool off a little bit in some of the interactions on some of these coins, some of the meme coins that are out there? Because if we start to cool off a little bit, we're going to see it all kind of move down. So Dogwifhat still maintaining the top 10. So if I'm on Lunar Crush, I'm sorted by alt rank. I'm really keeping an eye out on this top 10 and top 20. I'm just sitting here all day looking at what keeps popping up in here, right, in real time. And so if these meme coins, Bonk, Bonk is still pushing hard here. Take a look at Bonk real quick. All right, here we go. This is kind of what we talked about yesterday. When the alt rank starts to kind of move down into this top 10 range and starts to hold this top 10 range, we'll probably come back here tomorrow and I'll look at this and we'll be another level higher here. That's what I'm thinking. And it's even more interesting when the interactions really, there you go. Interactions have already started to push up at the same time as alt rank has started to come down here. And we really haven't seen too much of a move yet here in this one. So kind of looking, maybe we can see a little bit of some bullishness going on here with Bonk and figure out kind of what's going on. And, also when you guys are in here, just so you know, you can go to positive, negative, or neutral post as well. If you really want to get nitty gritty with it. But, I spend a lot of time looking at how is this alt rank moving and is it moving down? So that's a freebie. Bonk looks like to be moving. And so as everything moves, Solana, like we mentioned yesterday, there's still this push and the layer ones are going to continue to move in. They haven't really moved as much as they probably should, knowing that Bitcoin is sitting here at almost 73,000. So a lot of action, a lot of things to look at. We got the meme coins still running. We've got layer ones getting into the mix. We've even got DEX tokens getting into the mix. So love it. And so thank you guys for being a part of it tonight. Join us tomorrow. We're going to uncover even more alpha. It's going to be great. So I appreciate you guys being here. Have a great evening. Take care.